Hello there, welcome back. This is Russell Emery for Fresh to the Extreme, and today I am doing my second XC race ever in my own backyard here in Cooper's Rock,
Yeah.
West
Oh no,
Virginia,
they take off so
near
fast.
Morgantown, West
Look
Virginia.
how fast they
And you
go.
see there's Liam, one of my buddies that I ride with sometimes, and we're getting dropped by the crowd. uh, but you can see this is the Henry Clay 30K race. And I think this is the first time they put it on since COVID happened. And it's a really big turnout today. I was talking to another racer, and he said, usually I have like 27 people here. But we today have like almost over 200 people. There were 200 souls, rather, daring to ride this. And when we started, as you can see, it is raining very, very hard. And I don't ride in the rain, okay? And so I'm taking it very cautious. And these kids, mountain bikers, pros, are flying down this stuff. I am absolutely terrified. And my goggles are fogging up. I cannot see anything, okay? Uh, but luckily, there's some bottlenecks here, so it seems like I can keep up with everyone, but that's not really the case. And I've actually been told by a few people here, you'll see a guy pass on the right of me say that I had started 1 minute too early. I didn't know there was two waves of
Barely see
my group, which is the sport category. Okay, and there's three categories in this race. There is the beginner, which is about 8 miles, I believe, and about 800 feet of climbing. Okay, sport category is about 2,200 feet of climbing. I think 23 more like it. 2,300 feet of climbing for, I believe, 15 miles, 14 or 15 miles. And then the expert is crazy. We're doing like over 3,000 feet on 17 miles of climbing. So they have a long way to go. We all have a long way to go. And it is horrible conditions here. See, I almost slipped and fell right there. I'm like, I don't know how. I just want to turn around right
Oh
now and
shoot.
just go back to the van, curl up on my cot, get some hot cocoa
Stuck.
or
Okay. Okay.
whatever. Um, but you can see the last group of just caught me there. It's either high schoolers there, high school mountain bike team there. They are destroying and killing it. Uh, this first hill that you just saw me climb is really hard for me to get up. It's like only 100 foot elevation, but it is hard. Okay, now we're headed down advanced ski trail, and I take this slow when it's dry and hot. Okay, actually, I try to avoid it at all costs. It is horrible, but man, it is raining, and what's even more scary is that on the right side, the water is just rushing down. Like I think there's going to be like a water or a mudslide or something. It's just so scary. Just water around you. It's just so scary. Absolutely scary. I'm just like, oh, you know. But anyway, uh, this is some gnarly sections here. Those slick bridges, little rock line, and there's my little buddy there, uh, who's always in front of me. He's always first in his category when he's racing. The last two I've been to, or the last one I was at, he was the beat in his category. I think he's like 8 years old or something, but he is absolutely destroying it. Um, Caught a few of them here. I guess the speed caught up with them. And they sort of had a bottleneck little crash here. A lot of mechanicals because Cooper's Rock is not a maintained trail like all the other ones in West Virginia, like Montwood, and then the one I'm about to do in Charleston out here is pretty nice. Like this is just rock. Whatever what you see is what you get. No one's going with a shovel. No one is doing anything. It's just rocky and horrible all the way down. But I mean, if you're used to it, um, you're okay. And to be honest, like I said, I avoid this section at all costs. Um, And I was confused. I had asked Grant, who's the pro here, and he also works at the bike shop. He works on the bicycle Genius Swiz with a Gunner there. And I thought, you sure this is the right course? Because they're doing everything backwards. Oh, here's the creek crossing. Ah, it's deep too. That water is flowing. I bet it's like 4 foot deep to get through there at some point. I got through there. Had a few crashes, but don't be laughing anyone you see them walking or whatever. They have a mechanical. It's just different terrain. It's wet. Uh, you got these tires that don't grip very well in the water and the mud. Um, but anyway, we're riding everything backwards. Like I was confused. I even did the pre-ride with Grant. I'm like, I think we're going the wrong way. You know, they picked the most least funnest way to do this course. And to be honest, I didn't think you could easily get this much elevation on at Cooper's Rock, but we did. And how to do that? You ride power line backwards. We're riding power line backwards. You come here, I ride it the other way, the fast way, the fun way. You come down, 40 miles an hour, grab the high tower. And so this is just like all new to me. Okay, so we're climbing up. And again, I am trying to get better. Somebody, everyone's like looking at my Strava, and it looks like I'm going fast. I'm really tired, by the way. I'm trying to get up to speed so that I can ride these trails easier. Like so I can ride without stopping, rather. And so when I normally ride, we only do like 10, 12, 10, 11 miles and, 1,200 feet or whatever with my other buddies. We had fun, healthy, we're healthy, our heart rate is good and everything. But this right here is on another level here. And it's just amazing. I just can't believe how strong every rider is. I mean, you have to be. They're just super, super strong, super tough. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just like, I can't believe I'm doing this back. We're supposed to come down this way. This is like so steep. Look at that. We're pushing on. I even slipped right there. My back tire slipped on that mud. See, I'm trying to get off onto the leaves, get some traction, but it's super slick. And so I'm trying out new tires, and I'm trying these Vittoria tires. I think they're called Barzos. They're actually doing quite well. And what I like about them is that the mud doesn't stick to them like the Maxxis tires do. But right now, I wish I had my Assagais, which are absolutely horrible when you're climbing. They are so heavy. I think they're like 6 pounds per tire. Yeah, but these are only like not even a pound and a half, the one on the right, but it feels so poppy. I'm so unsure of myself. So I'm like just taking it slow. Normally I'll go really really pretty quick. But this right here is like oil right here for me. I'm like sliding down. And another thing I figured out too when I got home, I felt like I wasn't stopping like I should. And so then the brakes I have on these are the TRP Trail Evos, okay? And they uh, came with a dummy brake pad, okay, like brake pads. There's a little bit on it so that you won't smash the pistons out, or when you press it on the shipment. Um, okay, now here's a power line. I'm getting off subject. This is the last part of it, the end of it, and so you got to climb this steep little chute here. You usually go the other way and you get some speed, but I didn't think I was going to make it, but I actually made it. See, I'm slipping. I'm slipping. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just slipping. My tires are slipping, slipping, slipping. But we made it up there. We made it up. So here we go. Like everyone made it. So if anyone's watching this, you made it. I look like everyone made it because look how fast they're going. I'm like, I guess I'm in the middle of the pack. I guess right now. I don't know. You know, right now I'm just trying to make it through. I'm trying not to stop. Trying not to be a wuss. You know. Uh, but anyway, so we're headed to the pond area, and like I say, this is backwards. You usually come up this way and then go down power line. And so right now we're almost at we get to the pond at probably around 700 feet of elevation of climbing right now. Almost 800 actually. And so here's another little climb, and it's okay right there at the base, but then as you get toward the top, it gets really steep there. little I call it reverse shoot, where it's just like 20 feet of just almost vertical. Uh, we call it grade. And so it's a pleasant sight to see the trail staff here. I'm just glad people that are out here because I tell you what, I probably would have stopped a bunch of times and just probably just went back to the go on the roadside trail and head back to the. This is horrible. It just I can't see. I have no goggles or anything right now. I took them off because I couldn't see it. It fogged up, and I'm dirt in my eyes. But the weird thing about it, maybe it's like a human being outside thing, is I started to be able to see with mud in my eyes. It's weird. Like at first it was burning, but I could actually see. Like my eyes are open and but mud is splashing. It's like you see in the GoPro there. It's like actually in my eyes. you know. So now we're turning on Library Trail. Okay, and I recently just discovered this with some of my buddies. This trail here, and I've been riding in Cooper's Rock a long time. But I just never did these trails before. you know, and I did this one, and this one's kind of this is really not even the dry. I just take it slow. It's just so loose. No one's maintaining these trails, and I can't say they're not maintaining. They're not maintaining them to ride a bike, and so Cooper's Rock has pretty good. There's the two Clydes, my quote unquote competition, which are destroy me. They're like so fast and so strong. I think that's Casey and Mike. I think Mullins. I think, but yeah, they're so fast and strong. And actually, it's the two that motivate me. I'm like, wow, those guys are fast. Maybe I can do this too. But they're like on another level. All right, so it gets really gnarly and sketchy here. Like, don't laugh at the guy there. It's horrible. It's horrible. I'm doing my best to keep moving. You just got to keep moving. It looks like you're going to slide out, you know. But the rocks, that's the thing about Cooper's Rock. As long as you have a little bit of speed, you can climb the rocks um, on pretty much any tire. Now, I guess a little oil slicky here. I'm trying to get off the side so I don't spin out. I spin out here. I don't quite make it. But I'm 1 foot up and push myself over the hump there. So I'm trying. I don't know who this guy is in front of me. I'm trying to just use him as a pace count. But he's kind of fast, like too fast for me. But um, just to give you my progress here. So from the last time at I think Mont Wood, my average speed is not very fast. Probably normally like 5.5 miles per hour. It's not very fast. But after Mont Wood was an eye opener. Like I didn't think you could go this fast out here. I've been watching YouTube videos on XC stuff, and I'm like, man, those guys can ride as fast as I do on the rail trail on my gravel bike. Okay, so I'm letting these guys go. This is the wall, and I have no more energy or legs. Yeah, there's a wall. It's okay. It's like rocky. See, that's the difference between all the other trails and Cooper's Rock, is that it's just rocky, like rocks all over the place, and you're climbing. You're trying to climb off camera on rocks. See how steep that is? See, it's like almost vertical. I think it's 17% grade right here. Okay, we're trying to bet. Well, okay, I skipped over. I didn't really see me walking up, but we're at the top. But it's like it goes like 25% at the very top. Like it's only like a 20 foot at the very end. It just goes almost vertical. Like, and it's you gotta have your speed and just have a lot of power to get up. Seems like a lot of people made it because there's not too many people walking it. All right, so a lot of strong riders here, motivating me that okay, it can be done. And these people here are superhuman. Kids, everybody. I'm making it down, but I'm taking it easy. Oh, what I was saying is I have no brakes right now. I have no brake pads. I have the dummy brake pads, and so but they're working a little, okay. And I did not know that. And so after this race, I discovered it because I was just skidding around too much. I know I have more control, but I just didn't. I didn't. I thought that a TRP like my DHR Evos on my downhill bike and my and my enduro, my slash and my session, trek slash and session. Those TRP they came with full metal like powerful brake pads, and they're still good. They're really strong. And I thought that all the TRP brakes come with full brake pads. They don't. Okay, so you get the cheaper models like Trailblazers, you have to buy the brake pads separately. All right, so remember that before you start riding. And anyway, here's a little stuck section. We're headed to the top of Ridge Trail downhill, And that one always gets me. I ride this way with my buddies here. This is like the only elevation we do really that's kind of tough right there. That you just saw us climbing up. Um, and so we're on the sport track. The expert makes that left there, and then we still end up. They just split, and they end up on Ridge Trail from the very very top, going through the I forget they call it Snake Mountain or something. I forget what they call that little area where you go to the rocks there, Rock City. Yeah. Okay. And so now we're headed down Ridge Trail downhill. I've done this a few times on my e-bike, and I try to avoid this too. Look how nasty it is. Um, and I always hurt my ankle on something. I always hit my ankle on it. And so on the like on a rock or a root or something, there's just so many rocks and roots in here. But just a side note, most of the trails here are not really biking trails. They're hiking trails, but the trails are meant for water management. Okay, you see all the water? That's why it's actually pretty good water. You can ride up here pretty much any time, but if it's raining or after the rain, you'll see there's water all in those trails. Even like off power line there, the water's running down into a runoff. And so there's no hardly any erosion here. Okay. And so this guy's like, why is this guy trying to keep up with me behind me? I was like, you're my hero. I'm just looking at him for strength and guidance. I gotta remember who this guy is. I don't know. He's pretty much in front of me every single time. Since the last one, I only rode two, and but didn't make the same mistake last time and burn myself out um, at the beginning, trying to keep up with people, trying to that I'm not gonna be able to beat anyway. Like sprint to the single track. But anyway, we're at the top of Ridge Trail. We're headed to the Ridge Trail downhill, like double black downhill. It's a double black. I'm surprised they put this particular one in here. It's horrible. Like see the little these little XX signs. You're about to drop off the map. I like taking this one, but I've never done it on this bike, and I don't have any brakes either. But don't laugh at anybody or look down on anyone, judge anyone. This is really steep. See the guy all the way down? You can't even see him. It's really steep. Very, very, very steep. And you put the brakes on, you're not stopping, especially in this mud. Okay, now if it's dry, you can put your brakes on, but you're just sliding down. I almost went over the ledge right here. Look, I had to walk on the side. You just got to know your lines. But I can't really. I got mud splashing in my eyes. I need to get a mud guard for uh, the fork there. They have one. I just didn't put it on. I needed that badly today. All right, so we're headed to the bottom here. I'm not going to show this is pathetic. This is where I run out of energy. And so I walk quite a bit right here. I'm just going to say I'm not going to say I'm some type of Superman or whatever. But it's very rocky right here. It's just like creek bed. Look, that's a creek bed. We're riding in creek beds. That's what Cooper are. Creek beds and like water creeks. With all these roots and stuff. It's the whole way. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough course. And you've got to be. I have to say, everyone here, if you finish this trail or even attempt it, and you got even halfway through, you know, you're a champion. And this is a slick bridge right here. I fell off this thing like twice so far. I always walk across. You didn't see me walk across, but I don't chance it. There's a little climb shoot here. Actually, I thought I was gonna slide back. I don't have confidence in these tires when it. Sometimes you have the grip, sometimes you don't, and so I don't have very good confidence in these tires in the mud. But if it's a little bit wet, you're okay. But these tires here, the Vittoria Barzo, all right, they're doing really good. I'm getting me through here. I only slid maybe 10 times, but in the wrong place. Okay, so now we're headed back to Powerline for the last Powerline lap climb. And I thought it was a mistake at first. Like, why are we doing Powerline twice backwards? But that's what you do. Welcome to Cooper's Rock, West Virginia. All right, and now we're all just trying to get through it, you know. And so, split bridges. And Cooper's Rock is a very good trail to ride on. I mean, this is where I ride, and now I made it my habit just to at least throw that one power line backwards in every single time I've come here, just so I can know that I can do it. Uh, that's my motto. Flying power line backwards every time I ride a Cooper's Rock. I just can't believe we're climbing it backwards. It's so much fun going the opposite direction. All right, so right now I have zero energy. I'm just pedaling on fumes. You can see I can barely get that climb. See how high up they are? It's a very steep climb. Oily. All right, I just skipped that section. You already saw the first time. I think I took it like 2 minutes longer to climb it the second time. But I got a personal record on it the first time, though. And that's when you ride with other people that are way faster, like everyone here is. I'm like last place. If it worse than what, I'd probably be last place. you know. So, but it's like makes me go faster, like pushing me harder than I normally go. I think I was like almost 7 miles per hour. I think it was 6.9 from 5.5 to 7.9. It just does something to your lung capacity and your energy just by going. Okay, so we're heading to the bottom of here. This and there's a little boy here. Sorry, little man. I couldn't help it. I tried to push him out, but I was too tired. He got stuck in this little rock garden here. Sorry, dude. He's like, I'm stuck. I'm trying to get him, but I couldn't get him. I think someone helped him though. But I just skipped that section. I didn't have enough momentum or energy to climb that. I pushed it up really fast. All right, so we're headed back to the pond. You probably recognize this already. This little climb here. Follow the orange arrows. Here we go. Get me some laughs. I'm trying to suck a little bit of my little drink out of the or water out of the bottle. I have no water left. Anyway, so now we're going back the way to the finish line now. It's not very far, but it still climbs, rocky climbs. All right. This is the way I normally come, but when we ride, actually that left there, you just come down. It's a nice ride. You can stay pretty healthy. And believe it or not, since the last race, this time I'm getting older now. I'm not gonna lie. I just turned 46. Like if you were watching this on the 17th, and I've had some cholesterol and not heart problems, but really I was on this medicine. But now I'm not on medicine at all since 3 weeks ago, just by riding this mountain bike. So this is just motivation enough. And my doctor's like, "How in the world is your heart rate so low?" My heart rate and my blood pressure. My blood pressure is like, 150, 180. It's like horrible. And since I've been riding, it's been manageable, like 120. Stays that 120, 76 range. But since the last 5 weeks, I've been riding this, trying to do at least 2,000 elevation every ride. At least twice a week anyway. Not every ride. I have no energy to do that. All right, so like now my blood pressure is like 116, like 66. It's like amazing. I'm not changing anything. I'm eating well. You have to eat right. Okay. But now we're headed, this is the reservoir loop, but now we're headed back up the way we came the first time. That first turn, we made a left there, or left. Oh, they taped it off the second time. Okay. But if you remember, that's just the first descent in that little bridge there. And there's my man on his single speed. I feel so like a pussy. He has nothing to give the one gear on there, like yeah. He's looking at me just power away. I'm just like, man, this just shows you how tough people are. And he could be a Clyde too, but he's not in a Clyde. He's expert. He still beat me. Like he did 2 miles more and 800 more feet and still beat me on that single speed. Not to say that that's nothing against me. I just tells me, buddy, Russ, you have a long way to go, buddy. And so that's one of my goals. I just want to be able to ride like these guys. So anyway, we're going back to the finish line and get a little second wind trying to anyway, but I just don't have any. Kind of irritated because I'm wet. So probably I'm not freezing. I'm still hot. I'm like really hot, but I'm just drenched, muddy and drenched. I'm like, where is that finish line at? Like I thought it was gonna be up there on the pavement, but it looks like it's somewhere over here. And so I see the flag, so now I'm acting like I'm speeding up, like I've been going this speed the whole time. But anyway, I made it through, didn't get hurt, made it all the way through. without stopping per se, except on the wall and a few slip ups with the tires. But anyway, if you like these videos, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you later.